Hello, lovely people. Welcome back to the Distinct and Jovial podcast. My name is Dom. I am joined by my wonderful co-founder, Jerry. Welcome to the podcast, Jerry.
Thank you very much, Dom. I am melting. I'm melting.
And you may be like, why are we dressed up like the idiots that we are on probably the hottest day of the year? It's because it is episode 50 of the Distinct and Jovial podcast.
Whoop, whoop. That's brilliant. I can't believe it, Dom. 50 episodes. We did it. Now we've got to hit the 100 mark. That's the next target.
Well, now you're doing hashtag spoilers for like later on in the podcast already. I cannot believe that we've made it to 50 podcasts. That means that we are into our... We've done 4 years of podcasts, so we're into our 4th year of doing podcasts as a whole. So we hit you hit 5 podcasts at episode 62. But as we've already got planned, the next 6 podcasts, we're well on our way to kind of making a little bit of a dent into that. So yes, I'll do the normal gubbins. It is Sunday, the 13th of July. It's absolutely the earliest that we are doing this. And just as a reminder, the views are our own and don't represent any of the company or companies that we work for and any other brand that we may mention on this, because we are hashtag not sponsored, hashtag would love to be sponsored, hashtag please give us some money.
Sponsorship. Please, now, reach into your pockets. Look deep inside your souls. Take pity on us.
What is fantastic about this episode is that it is also the Vanity Fair interview episode. So we are going to go back over the questions that we ask ourselves each year, and we are then going to go back through them and answer them all again and just see what has changed. Some really interesting stuff about the stats, some really interesting stuff about like how we're feeling, or I'm definitely feeling this year, and I think it's just all very different, exciting, and yeah, I'm just loving it. So, yeah. Don't know about you, Jerry.
It's going to be great. Dom, all I'm going to say is I'm really looking forward to this episode, but I'm going to do it without a jacket. I'm taking this off now.
Yeah, I'm ditching the waistcoat that I've currently got on. For the audio listeners,
this is
both me and Jerry are in
much.
shirt tie, and I was on a waistcoat and Jerry had a jacket on, and that's keeps going. By the end of the podcast, my tie will have gone.
Good Lord.
Oh, you've got cufflinks.
Probably. Yeah, I've got cufflinks.
What are your cufflinks?
Yeah, I went full ham. Full ham.
What is your cufflinks design? That is the question.
What's that? What's the cufflink design?
Yeah.
I went for just standard, my special occasion. I don't normally wear gold, but I went for that because it's a special occasion one.
Yeah. It's interesting.
So just to describe that, it's like gold and silver. It looks like a gold and silver. I don't know, what does it look like?
Just like a
I don't know.
barrel of some description?
Barrels, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I have the
Basically.
coolest cufflinks ever. For his wedding, he got me these cufflinks to wear at the wedding. And they are the symbol of the rebels from Star Wars.
The symbol of the what from Star Wars?
So the Rebel Alliance from Star Wars, they have the symbol. So I have the Rebel Alliance symbol.
Sorry. That's so cool.
That is cool. That is very,
Dom,
very
have
cool.
you got those to hand? You haven't got them to hand. You're not gonna, you can't show.
Gordon Bennett, where are they going to be?
No, probably.
No,
like
I'm not going to have them to hand. No. They're going to be buried somewhere. As most of my shirts are just buttoned, so.
Okay.
Yeah. And now you can see that I haven't ironed my shirt. It's looking very crinkly, but it's fine. In this heat, you can see like the massive crease here.
I wouldn't sweat that. Dom, pardon the pun.
That was awful. Get in the bin.
I know. I thought I'd start early.
Start early. Start as you mean to go on.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh dear. Right. Well, as it's the 50th episode, now I've added a collection of additional questions that, due to the fact that Jerry has been as organised as I normally am, it's not prepared for. I also have a blindly rates for you, which you're going to love as well, which you're not prepared for at all.
Oh my god! I didn't think we're doing blindly rates on this episode, but clearly we are now.
Me, each of these episodes just becomes how can I torture Jerry more and more.
So you're getting some pleasure from this. That's fine.
Yeah,
that's fine. I'm up for the blindly rate. I've got the hang of it now.
Yeah. This is true.
Yeah. Right.
There's no wrong answer for this blindly rates.
Okay.
So, and also, by the way, Carey, I have no white cat, and I can't rotate because the green screen gets in the way. So I'm afraid to say, but I am smart enough to be a Bond villain.
Why do you have to be a Bond villain? Why can't you just be Bond? It could be the new Bond.
I don't think I could be the new Bond.
Okay, fair enough.
Can you imagine? Hang on a minute, right? Actually, to catch me breath as I run up this set of stairs. Don't touch that. That's my lunch. And always my favourite one. Have you seen Mock the Week?
Yeah, I love Mock the Week.
And it's like where they do, and the answer is, what is the question? And it's the answer is 1.5. What is the question? How many times does James Bond say his name when introducing himself?
Oh, very good. Very good. That's clever. I like that.
Very clever.
Is Henry Cavill confirmed as the next Bond? I thought he was.
No. It's not. No, Henry Cavill has denied that it's going to be him. I think the rumours were Henry Cavill doesn't really fit the Bond-esque type for me.
What? Really?
Yeah, he's too...
Oh my God.
He's too big. I think it's probably the best term to put it.
Okay.
So the rumours were Idris Elba, which I think is a great shout.
He would be amazing.
He would be amazing. But they're probably looking for a slightly younger Bond. So there's a new British actor that I didn't know, but he's in the new F1 movie. Should have. Who? No, not all the producers. Where's the actors? Give me the actors. Is he British? I'm pretty sure he's British. Yes. Damson Idris. Ironic, mentioned Idris Elba.
What? Damson Idris.
Idris. And I reckon he would probably make quite a good Bond as well.
I'm just looking him up. How are you spelling his first name?
Damson.
As it sounds.
D-A-M.
Oh, Danson.
Dam.
Right.
Mam.
Damson. Well, here we go. No, I'd have to... Do you know what? My God. Right, so... Oh my God. He looks exactly like somebody we work with.
Who does he look like?
Who, when I next speak to him, I'm going to say, look up this actor, and I'm going to say, that's you. That is.
We say the same with you and Keanu Reeves.
Yeah, I don't think so. This, honestly, he looks exactly like him. No way.
Yeah, I'm now just doing a quick. Yeah, Damson Idris.
He's a bit young, though.
I think that would be good in a Bond. If I'm honest.
You think so?
Yeah, I think it'd be good. I think because we've had, because Daniel Craig played him for quite a while. And so what I'm more thinking is...
Yeah, it was a long time, wasn't it?
Yeah. And when Daniel Craig started, how old... ...38 in Casino Royale and 51 in No Time to Die. It was 007 for 15 years. Damson Idris is 33. So, 5 years younger than Daniel Craig.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough.
And I think you'll find, because you normally remember the Bond act. So, how old was Sean Connery when he made his debut in Dr. No?
Sean Connery. Sean. Yeah.
Sean Connery.
I reckon he was 30s.
He was in his 30s.
Mid-30s?
Not quite.
Mid-30s?
No, he was 32.
Was he really?
Yeah,
Wow.
so Damson Idris starting at 33 makes kind of sense, doesn't it? Let me see if I can find the full article, see what it says. Debut act. Age and first film, Sean Connery, 32. George Lazenby, 29. Roger Moore, 45.
Wow.
Timothy
40,
Dalton,
yeah,
41.
he's 40s.
Pierce Brosnan, 42. Daniel Craig, 38. And admittedly, George Lazenby only in one.
He was only one.
Yeah, but that's in like 1969. So I think there's a different maturity level in terms of like people in those ages, or maybe that's just because I still feel ridiculously immature and young at 33.
No, it's true though. No, it's no. Back in the 60s, 50s, and 60s, you look at the actors; they do look older than their years. Male actors.
It's probably because of the 45,000
Definitely.
cigarettes they smoke a day.
Probably, and the 24 units of alcohol each evening.
For breakfast, I was going to say. Whiskey poured on the cereal.
Champagne breakfast, all of that. Yeah, that's
absolutely.
how they used to roll.
Oh,
I reckon you should have, if you want to go different as a Bond, you should go Justin Fletcher.
yeah, why not?
But don't actually wear the same suits as Bond. Keep dressing like Mr. Tumble. It would throw everyone, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would absolutely.
Villains wouldn't know what to do with that, would they?
Oh dear. Yeah, no, they would not know what to do with that. That would be
Justin,
ridiculous.
I'm impressed you know who Justin Fletcher is.
Well, I
had to look him up.
Just no, I knew he was Mr. Tumble, but what I didn't know he actually is the voice actor for Shaun from Shaun the Sheep.
Oh, is he really?
Yeah,
I
he
didn't
really
know
is.
that.
I did not know that. Mental.
Brilliant.
Anyway, as usual with the Distinct and Jovial podcast, we've gone along the tracks
Tangent.
and then gone, well, hey, off we go.
Well, you started it because you said something about being a Bond villain, and I said, well, why couldn't you be Bond? And then it just all spiraled from there. So it's actually
Yeah,
your fault.
I normally a lot like sort of, switch the signal. You're normally the one that gives the boulder a kick down the hill.
Yeah, exactly. This time it's the other way round. How much? We need to have a bet as to how long these ties stay on for, Dom.
Well, if it's a bet, then I am. That was weird. I don't know what that was. If it becomes a bet, then the tie's staying on for the whole episode. Because that's the type of stubborn that I am.
Wow. Okay. Fine. I've lost the bet already then, because this tie's coming off at some point. I'll tell you that now. It's just absolutely roasting. Right.
I'd also
Anyway,
like to-
tangents.
Let's point out, I'm business up top, party down front. I'm still in shorts.
I'm wearing camouflage shorts, which is why you can't see them. No, but I'm wearing camouflage shorts, like actual proper torn. They're like ripped. Worn
What does
effect.
Rachel think of those as a fashion item?
She doesn't know, and she'll never know. Actually, I don't know. She hasn't. Has she seen these? I don't know. But she hasn't said anything about them, so that's a good sign. If you don't hear anything, that's a positive. I take that
That's
as
a
an
compliment
endorsement.
in Rachel's world, is it?
That is a compliment. I take that as a compliment. Definitely.
Other than you're a
hasn't
rescued
ripped the-
human.
Yeah, she hasn't torn me a new arse. So the way I look at it is, yeah, that's a win. I'll take that.
Winning.
Yeah.
Right. As part of the 50th episode celebrations, then, I have got a few additional questions that I thought I would just fire and forget at both of us and just see what comes out. So, very simply, in no particular order, unexpected favourite topic that you can remember. And I suspect
Cricket.
there'll be some recency bias in this one as well.
Yeah. But even if it wasn't, so even if we'd done that episode 6 months ago, I still would have said the topic of cricket with Sean. Sean actually brought it to life, and I loved it. Yeah, it was really good. Yeah,
was a great
that's
episode.
and I know it just happened to be the last episode, but definitely because what you don't know is I saw Sean in the office, and I took the piss because I was like, oh, we're doing an episode on cricket, I guess, because that's going to be your specialist subject. And I was like, I'll try and stay awake for that one.
What's the program?
Harsh.
What's the program? Mastermind. What
Yeah,
is your specialist subject?
Your chosen subject. Starting now. Yeah, and I was just like, Sean, I'm going to have to fight to keep my eyes open on this one. But actually, fair play. He brought it to life, and I learned a lot. And I take my hat off to him. Yeah.
If I was wearing one.
What about you?
Do you know? Interestingly, I've written a couple.
The same.
Well, sort of. I've done the unexpected. I've deliberately gone the unexpected, and then I have listed my favourite. The unexpected, actually, for me, was the fragrances we did really early on, where you did that slot around like different bits. And I know somebody else has commented on that recently, where they've discussed with you different. It might have even been Sean on that podcast.
Sean,
yeah, where that bit of I didn't know you had knowledge about that. That's insane. Where we discussed 60% of the time it works every time.
Every time. It does.
So that for me is still a standout point. Whether I've taken any of the knowledge with me, I don't really know. I'll
retest you on it at some point.
I'm going to go and watch that episode. We get Hooper on again asking us a quiz, and he's got AI to go scour through the episodes and goes, what's the thing Dom's most likely going to get wrong? And it'll be, well, because he can't remember anything. All of it. The other one that I'd written down was the cricket, but actually the one that I expected to be interested in, but enjoyed even more than I thought I would, was the Dungeons and Dragons episode with Pistola.
Pistol.
Yeah, because while I also enjoyed it in terms of it was a topic I wanted to talk about and was going to specifically bring up because I wanted to talk about it, the way that he described it and the interest in the topic made it even more fascinating to me than I even initially put to myself as part of that.
Nice.
So, yeah. Nice.
You were really taken with that topic. I think you're keen on trying out a bit of D&D.
I
know we said we were actually going to do a podcast episode, but like you actually want to do this in your spare time is what I picked up on.
Yeah, my only problem is
Chat Stevie T does.
Yeah, I know he does. My only problem is I have absolutely fuck all spare time.
Oh yeah, that is a problem.
I don't get time to sleep these days.
You need a smidge of time. You definitely need some time for that, because that can go on for hours, but it's great. No, it's fine, Dom. It'll all settle down. Don't worry. Yeah. It'll be fine.
We'll go into it. I've got it as a topic later on, but it's actually not specifically the house at the moment. It is just work. That's capacity, brain, non-existent. It's fine. The second question I had written here is why Distinct and Jovial, but and I'm going to ask you if you knew why we came up with this name and if you remember the reason why we came up with this name.
Yeah, I do remember. I do remember because the D is supposed to represent the Dom. You needed something which is your first initial and my first initial. So that's hence the reason why we came up with different word options, but we chose Distinct and Jovial because of the different flavour of topics that we were going to have, that we were going to cover. And I don't think we made a commitment that every episode was going to be like serious and funny. You know, we just said some of it's going to be really poignant, some of it's going to be, really funny, and Distinct and Jovial just seemed to fit the bill. Yeah. So yes, I do remember. Yeah, I do remember that like it was yesterday.
Yeah. That's exactly what I've written down. Right? It was the initials of our name. You passed the test.
Yeah.
Ding, 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 ding. Gold star for Jerry.
I get golden time. Do you remember golden time?
Golden time. You're not sat in the naughty corner.
That's it.
What I think I particularly love about that is at no point have I looked at the name of our podcast and gone, well, we haven't done that on that episode. If you know what I mean. Like even with Yevgeny, when we were talking about the Ukrainian subject and the whole thank you for invading Ukraine, Russia, not right. There was still humorous moments in there because of the way that you can do the storytelling and the way that Yevgeny kind of brought it to life and put it in front of us. And it was distinct, right? Who else has actually just gone and spoken to somebody and gone, okay, so what's it actually like living and working in a war zone effectively? So, yeah. And do you remember the podcast that Chat Stevie T suggested to us on WhatsApp, the War Game one?
Oh, yes. Yeah.
I've listened to that, by the way. I don't know if you have.
No.
It's brilliant. It's really interesting.
Really?
And really good. I would recommend listening to it if you get some time.
I need to listen to that. Okay.
Yeah.
I will definitely
really good. Really, really good. Yeah. Okay. If you can cast your mind back to the 50 episodes, funniest moment.
Oh, no. I think that's going to be impossible to choose. I mean, there were moments where I lost it. Absolutely. Just times when it just broke me. I mean, again, recency bias, but for example, the line that's just still stuck in my head is when Sean was looking at the shorts. Or some item of clothing. I think there might have been shorts or something.
Oh yeah.
His wife
not
was
for
like,
you.
That's not for you.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I'll get my coat. But then there were moments like, for example, when you got up and you knocked the water over, and Alexa started having a moment, and then you couldn't get Alexa to stop. I mean, that broke me. There was a time when Samwise was on. Yeah, and you had to go and wash your hands. Do you remember? And then we were
because I'd done the scones, right? So I was covered in
you'd done
jam
the scones.
and cream.
That's it. Yeah, I mean that almost broke me. There was the episode with Steph. I mean, they're just all the episodes of the Hoops. So many funny moments, Dom.
Yeah,
but I think I don't know if I can't choose one. To be fair,
I do not. I've written exactly the same thing. I cannot choose a funniest moment. I think two patterns of consistency have come up. I think in terms of our funny moments. First, most of the truly bits that have broke you are normally when either the guest has said that they've been insulted or one of us has said we've been insulted. So I still remember the first time I heard you say that Rachel said that you walk like a sim. Like that line to me just is so.
You love that, don't you?
I do. Just the way and it's the way that you delivered it as well on the podcast. It's like, oh yeah, Rachel says that I walk like a sim. And it just takes you a little while to just appreciate the layers that come out from that appreciate how it comes through.
It is deep. That was deep.
It's deep. It's deep. And it's made more amusing because it's your daughter.
Yeah.
Right. There's no power play in this father-daughter relationship. No. You just get absolutely cut down at all times.
Always.
I'm not gonna lie. I had Samwise written down. I had the Samwise bullying.
So
that's the other thing.
Was very funny.
Right. The second thing I've noticed is when the guests turn on me, because you and the guests gang up on me. So Samwise, Steph, Hooper, all the times that Hooper spends his life just interrupting me while I'm trying to say stuff on this podcast.
It's making me laugh now just thinking about it. Yeah, we've had some funny moments, Dom.
So much
really
editing.
Funny moments. Oh,
so much.
Brilliant.
Hooper is the most editing that I have to do.
Yeah, he is.
Got to take out that word again, haven't I?
Oh dear.
Right. Dream realistic guest.
So I've gone a bit celestial with the light. I had to put it on because it's No, that's better. Is that better?
I have no idea anymore.
Is that better? That's put me more in shadow, isn't it?
That's put you more in shadow.
Okay, hang about. I'll be back. Let me sort the lighting out. We're going to just take a quick commercial break.
Ding, 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 ding. I'm going to put the technical difficulties sign up now. I'm just going to have a little bit of a ramble while I'm here. I might even leave this into the podcast, right? Just as Jerry is sorting out, he can't hear me. This is much better, right? He doesn't have a clue what I've just said for the last 3.
Oh, jeez. No, I don't. But is that better? That's better.
That's fine, yes.
Oh,
I need to get you some forward lighting. Yeah, you need to put the kitchen light on.
Yeah, the kitchen light's on, yeah.
Yeah,
now switch the back ones off then.
Yeah, now it lights you up from the front.
Now I look nicely jaundiced, which is...
Hang on. I can
always a good look.
Do that right. That I can get myself. Oh no, my camera corrects it.
Does it?
Look, I'll switch my lights to really yellow. Camera corrects it.
Oh yeah.
For audio,
Even the camera's like
myself and Jerry are playing with our lighting at the moment. Dear. So sorry, right? So dream realistic guest, and what I mean by that, like obviously the dream guest would be someone like Keanu Reeves, but is there someone that hasn't been on the podcast that we know that you think we could definitely get, and want to have them on the podcast?
That's a good question.
And we'll just fill the silence for Swanee here.
Yeah, Swanee, just give me about 5 minutes to think about this one. Actually, I think you should go first.
I've got one.
Whilst I have a bit more of a think. Yeah, go on. If you got one, and I'll have a bit more of a think.
Because my current dream guest would be for Pete to come and do the D&D episode. That's my current dream.
Yes. Okay.
So it's a bit of a cop-out because it's a reoccurring guest. So if you're listening, Pete, please come back on.
Yeah, we need to contact him actually.
Yeah.
Dream guest. Realistic.
I've thrown these out of the nowhere.
Okay, do you know who I would love to have on? I've never spoken to him about this ever, but I'd love to have him on the show. Is I don't know if I'm allowed to say his name.
Yeah. Go for it.
Even though he hasn't been on. Okay, Steve Ford.
Oh yeah. Yes, that would be fascinating.
He is funny on another level.
Very dry. Very
He
good.
is funny on a very dry humour.
Yeah.
He goes off on the best rants ever.
Yeah.
So I in fact, two people, Stu and also Simon Lear.
Simon would be great. We need to ask Simon.
Right? Wouldn't he?
Yeah.
Wouldn't he? The amount of energy he'd bring to this podcast.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it'd just be overload.
Yeah.
But I think Steve Ford, Simon Lear. So if you
let's do it.
Fine. We'll speak to them both.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm actually writing this down.
Cool. Because I'm going to get Ian on as well, so he's agreed. So we need to set a date actually for him.
Codename Pork Scratching. Oh no, is it not?
I've just said his name. Oh no, you're gonna have to bleep that.
Am I?
Actually, you're gonna have to bleep that. Yeah, because he's until he comes onto the podcast and reveals his actual name, he must forever be known as Pork Scratching. So you're gonna have to make a note of the timestamp.
Jesus Christ! Oh,
sorry,
God. Making notes while we're doing a podcast. It's not like this is the editing floor. This goes on the cutting room floor and things like that. Just
we rehearsed. Promise. Yeah.
No such thing. I was still writing this podcast, writing the document at 10:02. Oh dear. Most frustrating moment. I've got a cop out really because I do all the editing.
Yeah, that's true. Actually, I haven't had a frustrating moment.
I think any time the internet has failed on us.
It's the tech. When I think back to the last 5 years, so what annoyed me were the times when the internet was particularly bad for me, and you were like, Jerry, I think we lost you. Yeah, I think we lost you. And then I'd have to wait for my internet to come back on and then dial back in again. I was like, Dom, is this going to be all right? And you're like, yeah, don't worry, we'll stitch it together. And every time I did that podcast with the old internet, I was like, oh, please don't go horribly wrong. Please. That's the only frustrating thing I've had about this podcast. Everything else has just been fantastic.
None of the content,
it's just
none of
tech.
that. It's the tech. It's always the tech.
It's just the tech. So annoying, and then you'd be like, oh well, mine's finished uploading whilst we were just like wrapping up, and then
how the turntables.
And then you're like, oh, you're only on 27%, Jerry, and then I'd have to sort of keep the laptop on. And I'd come back at like midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning, and it would still be only on like 86% or something. You'd think, oh, what? And then I'd be praying that it uploads. That was frustrating. You don't have to worry about that now, so thank goodness.
No, it's going to be something I'm pushing my internet provider to bump mine up. Mine sort of gets to a point and then it kind of steadies itself at around about 49%. Right. But obviously, it kind of, as the length increases, it still gets further and further behind, and it's still going to probably be like a 20-hour upload. It's frustrating, but hey ho. Hey ho. The only other one I would say is the mic's not working on the in-person podcast.
Oh, yeah.
That was frustrating to get that buzzing.
Yeah, that was frustrating. That was
and not having enough of them.
I don't think that was so bad. I think it was just the fact that the mics
other
were
than
buzzing
TN got excited. It's like, TN, you need a mic in your face.
She should have held that mic the whole time, to be fair.
Yeah. I think Carrie and Ian would have been a little bit better at sharing the mic than.
Although what made me laugh is like whenever Tien didn't have the mic, she was like speaking, and then when you gave her the mic, the moments that she held it, she'd like stop speaking. Yeah. Like, no, it doesn't work like that. You're supposed to do the flipperoo.
That's all right. Lapel mics next time. Lapel mics. That's going to be the next thing.
Yeah, that'd be good.
So just need to get those ready for the next episode. Ooh.
Yes.
So yeah, I'll have backups. There'll be backups, so don't panic. And interesting, I have just put that actually, I mentioned it earlier, but my lack of energy, and I'm not going to say time, it's my lack of energy, because I could just change where I'm shifting the time, but I have to admit, I would have loved this 50th episode to be like, oh, listen to this clip and have it already, and listen to this clip and have it already, but I've got like a bit of a cop-out with the Vanity Fair, and future episode I may like do that. I'm probably going to save that for like the 100th episode, just to go through some
100th episode. That would be, yeah, exactly.
What are we going to wear on our 100th episode? You can come as Mr. Tumble.
Don't know. Very brightly coloured clothing.
Yeah.
And I'll learn sign language as well, so I'll do the whole intro in sign.
That's not great for our listeners that listen on Spotify.
That's very true. In fact, I'll do the
Morse
whole
code.
episode in sign. Morse code, yeah. Morse code's another one. Yeah. Or mime. I'll just do everything through the power of mime. Yeah. No, I don't know. 100th episode. I think we need to get suited and booted again, and hopefully just pray that it's not going to be this hot.
It'll be a different time of the year.
Yeah, it will be as well. Yeah, you're right.
It'll be 6 months difference. Yeah, be about 6 months difference. Hang on, we're 2 months from our start, so it'll be like September, October. It'll be the October podcast.
Perfect.
So we're recording in October for November. Sorry, I think.
Yeah, perfect.
Based on my maths.
Suited and booted again. Yep,
yeah,
definitely. Yeah.
So
I'll keep the jacket on. Yeah, it would be. Yeah.
I might even put suit trousers on.
Yeah, I might even do that too. I might even wear socks, because I'm not wearing socks right now.
Neither am I. To be fair, actually, at that point, the house may be set up for me, so we may have a studio ready.
Ooh, in person, suited and booted.
Now we're talking.
I like
bow
it.
Tie.
Now we're talking.
It's got to have to be bow tie then, isn't it? Bow tie.
Bow tie, and I think we ought to have possibly a cigar and a brandy or a scotch or something like that.
We could do our first
We need to go full ham
episode where we have alcohol on it.
Alcohol, and also I think we should go full Joe Rogan and just like have cigars. We should do it.
Interestingly, I've noted an interesting fact. Only 2 of our guests, I believe, have drunk alcohol while on recording with us. Maybe 3.
Yeah, Samwise.
Yep.
Chat Stevie T.
Yep.
And Sean.
Yes. Yeah. I think Chat Stevie T was a maybe in my head, but he might have done.
I don't know what. I think it's because he's been talking about it for so long. Either he's talked about it so much that we now think he did it, or he actually did it. I can't remember which.
Yeah, but I definitely know that Sean and Samwise.
Sean and Samwise definitely did.
Yeah. Because the legend turned around and said, "I can see why Samwise needed that glass of wine before jumping on the podcast."
Yeah. She did. It was literally the only thing that was going to help her through that.
I don't know. I think I got most of the abuse during that podcast.
Ironically, you did. Ironically, the only person that needed a drink on that podcast is you.
I just need a drink, just
but
generally,
someone's
Jerry.
drinking, so fair enough.
I don't need a drink after last night, thanks. Right, question. Do you think that we will hit episode 100?
Definitely, we will. Yeah, no.
You
no
reckon
doubt.
so? You've got no doubts. Interestingly, that's really interesting because I said I got there's two conscious points. The first is that are we going to run out of topics? And I'm like, there's topics all the time, and life is changing all the time, so I'm hoping not. We might run out of guests.
No, but we get recurring guests. We'll get people back on.
Yeah.
It'll be we will definitely reach the 100th episode.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah. The only thing I'm conscious of at the 100th episode, I will be 38. No, I will be 37.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Yeah, because it'll be about 4 years' time.
Jeez. I'll be the wrong side of 50. I'll be the wrong side of 50. Shit. Okay.
But when you consider,
more reason for...
we've not missed an episode in 50 episodes.
No. I know.
And done one
exactly.
extra.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. That's why I'm confident. We'll do it.
And I've already had surgery
definitely.
and moved house in that time.
Yeah, and
so
it'll
have you.
be interesting to see what... Yeah. Yeah. Right,
Very different to when we started this podcast back in 2021.
Yeah.
Post-pandemic.
A lot of life changes. Definitely.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Right.
Yeah.
Blindly ranked.
Oh, jeez.
So, what I've done for the blindly rank, there's only 5. You'll be glad to know.
Okay.
But I used the power of AI to basically pick 5 numbers between 1 and 50 to choose 5 random episodes. And I'm going to give you the episode number, the episode title, and the description, and then you have to put it on from your memory of where you think it is, with 1 being the best and 5 being the worst.
Oh my god. No.
And I encourage our
way,
listeners
Dom.
to do that. What I will say, and this is by pure luck, and there are some high numbers in there here as well, and they're not like just episode like 1, 2 or 3, but there are no episodes with a guest. They are all just me and you.
Oh, love it. Okay.
So that is by pure luck, by the way.
Okay.
Yes. But there's only 5, as I thought. I thought if I did 10, you'd be like, "Oh, hang on a minute, which one's X?"
I don't remember that. Yeah.
So, the first one, episode 22, how the Simpsons keep predicting the future. And I'm not going to say what the episode. I'm just going to read out the synopsis. For episode 22 of the Distinct and Jovial podcast, we discussed the spooky conspiracy that the Simpsons is currently predicting the future that is to be. From Trump's presidency to the COVID pandemic, we are thoroughly creeped out by these events that happen. To lighten the mood, we discuss pasta shapes and their taste, followed by the ridiculous idioms that are said around the office. We finish with discussing the best nicknames.
I remember that. Forgot about the nickname bit. Well, that was a particularly strong episode.
Isn't particularly bright and needs to be carried.
It's fantastic. I love it.
I don't think that was the episode with the Benedict Cumberbatch. That, by the way, for funniest moment, the Benedict Cumberbatch alternative names is
good.
Up there as one of the funniest things that I think. That's the first thing that broke you on the podcast.
I love all the variations of that name. I forgot about that as well. My memory's so shocking. That Simpsons episode was a strong episode. But, as always, I know how to play this game now. So I'm going in at number 3.
Number 3.
Number 3 right in the middle.
That's pretty solid, to be fair. Which would be fine if my keyboard was typing. Benadryl Cabbage Patch.
Benadryl.
Butternut Crinkle Fries. Buster Move Cumber Dance. dear.
It's so funny, but I love it.
Badonk and Donk Cabbage Patch. Boodle Doodle Cumble Noodle. Alright, I can stop now.
I love it. It's disproportionately funny.
Okay, the second one, episode 47, Easter and F1, the perfect combo. Episode 47 is just Dom and Jerry. It is a totally back to basics, simple episode with tangents all over the place. In fact, this was the hardest episode to add chapters to ever while editing. We talk about Easter trading hours, F1, fun facts with Jerry, poignant questions, fashion, and generally just the state of the world. So this is the one that you didn't host, I think. I think this is the one before the one you hosted.
It was the one, it was the one before I hosted.
I think you.
But it was a damn good episode.
48, yeah.
It was a damn good episode.
It's a fairly modern episode, so now it's whether you think our more recent episodes are better than our earlier episodes.
Well, this goes back to the conversation you and I had, which is I think we have definitely got into a groove with these. And you can tell that we've improved.
Sorry.
Right. Yeah.
Just scratching my decks.
Right. Yeah.
For visual, for audio learners, I just made the news. You have to scratch the decks or something like that. We talked about groove.
We're in a groove. We finish our podcast episodes now, and I just think, that was even better than the last one. We just seem to be getting that a bit better and a bit better. I'm not saying this in a big-headed way, but we are definitely improving. So I would go so far as to say I'd put that at number 2.
Ooh, number 2.
Because the more recent podcasts are definitely more they're more the sort of podcast style and relaxed atmosphere that I think that I think I was initially aspiring for when we first started doing it.
Yeah, especially
so I was imagining it being a certain
level.
way. Yeah, exactly. I was imagining it to be a certain way. I was imagining it right at the very beginning. I wanted us to do a podcast like that, but we weren't. I'm not saying the podcasts weren't good; they were great, and I loved them. But we are naturally just a lot better at this. So I'm putting that one at number 2. Yeah.
Yeah. We've got experience. Yeah, fair enough. The third one, episode 7, Distinct and Jovial Grumpy Holiday Special. The 7th episode of the Distinct and Jovial podcast brings our Christmas and New Year special. We put together our opinions on all things Christmas, the holiday season, and how we are feeling after a long year with some very distinct opinions. We reflect on the future and bring joviality to New Year's resolutions, but also our grumpiest episode to date. I think this is when you went on a rant about having New Year's resolutions in our first year. So this was still still audio, by the way. This wasn't it
wasn't even video at that
visual
point. You're right.
Yeah, visual episodes start.
So episode 15? No.
We did a year.
15?
I've got a funny feeling it's around about episode 12.
Okay.
Or 13. Because it was April 22, I'm sure. Now I'm questioning myself. While you think of where you're going to put that, I'm just going to have a quick squiz at the older channel.
See, that was was that the episode, or was it the episode after that the legend gave her feedback? It was the episode after, wasn't it?
No, it was the year after. The year after is when the legend gave us the feedback.
That was a year after, was it?
Yeah.
Oh yes, of course it was. Yeah.
So episode 11 was our first video one. So this is the only one that is audio only.
Right. Okay, you've just given the clue as to where the next two are going to sit.
Yes, but you don't know how high.
No, that's true. I'm going to put that episode at number... Because I've only got slots 1, 4 and 5 left.
Yes.
I'm going to put it at number 4.
Before, okay.
I don't know
Next
what else
one.
is coming.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. The next, I think you'll have when you've heard all of them, you'll have definitely changed your opinions on some of these. But anyway, episode 33. I survived an operation. A manic month for us at Distinct and Jovial, as Dom goes into discussions over the operation he recently had. We then spend the rest of the time discussing the greatest movie scenes of all time.
Right, it's not a reflection on the episode.
No.
Just to be clear.
By the way, I pointed out, like, I did put in the thing that this is going to be like choosing between your favourite children.
Yeah, exactly that. So this is no reflection whatsoever of the episode.
5 doesn't mean it's a bad episode. It just means that the other episodes are better. So yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So I'd put that at 5.
It's interesting. 33 is, I believe, off the top of my head, the shortest episode. And it is also the one where my voice is completely and utterly muck-fucked.
Yeah. Yeah, because you had the tube and everything down your throat, didn't you?
Because I'd had the tube down my throat. It was only about 2 weeks after I had the surgery, so my voice is still pretty crap. It's a very short episode, and if I can remember it, I don't remember it, but there's a lot less topics on that one, and a lot less tangents, and I'm quite stuck to the script because I'm like, fuck me, I'm tired. So it's the way I think about the podcast. Not every episode is going to be a 10 out of 10. Like, I think I don't know whether this is going to be the last year I do Vanity Fair, or like I've noticed I'm going to shrink the Vanity Fair, I think, going forward because you know, the way that the stats are looking and things like that.
Yeah.
But we can't have episode 10 out of 10, otherwise, you know, we'd be millionaires because everybody tuning in. So it's fine to have some episodes that I don't think were quite as good.
Yeah,
I think that's fine,
and that's fair. And to be fair, Dom, you had a valid reason to not be on your A game.
I was ruined.
Let's face it, right? You were, as you say, you were McFucked.
Yeah, I was a McDonald's pound saver ruined on that episode.
Honestly, that tube basically kicked the McShit out of you, didn't it? In fact, the whole procedure did.
Yeah. It's interesting because the Vanity Fair after that one, I discuss, because it's quite close to a Vanity Fair, I discuss, like, I've seen some of the answers when we go into it, a little bit about that, and like I'm significantly different compared to like that first 6 months after the hip surgery. It took 6 months, I think, before I was probably like, okay, I think I've got a bit more of a hang of where this is now settled to, and what I've got to work around, and where I'm a bit broken. I just couldn't believe my voice. I could not believe how utterly galumped my voice was.
It's trauma to your throat, isn't it? That's the problem.
Damn you, entropy. Anyway. So your number one, which I don't think you'll agree with, but it's just interesting, and I also got the random number generator to randomise which order to give them to, because it originally gave me a numbered order, and I was like, well, tell me them in random. Episode 14, Vanity Fair interview, the second year in absolute chaos. After doing a whole year of podcasts, we revisit our Vanity Fair interview that we did on a second podcast and discussed all the same points that we put forward the year before. Due to technical difficulties, this has ended up being our most chaotic yet, but it's just as jovial. So this one is actually the 2022 Vanity Fair episode.
Bloody hell.
Which has come up as number one. And I don't think that you would agree with having that as your number one in hindsight.
No. So I would say so the order would be, I'd shift up the F1 episode, so that would go from 2 to 1. Simpsons would then be number 2.
Yeah.
I basically then think, then Christmas, then Op, and then I'd put Vanity Fair.
So you'd put the Christmas one over the Op? Yeah, I probably would do.
Yeah, I would, because
I think like that first year, because they're all really unique, we did like quite unique ones, and now we kind of use not the same topics, but basically what we do is we have the same themes and stuff like that. Fair enough. Yeah. There you go. I thought it was a bit interesting to do Blindly Rates.
I love it. Thank you very much.
I do like I think Blindly Rates is one of my favourite things to do. and I love the fact that I've now done it as well.
Yes.
Which you did with the cars.
Yes.
Really well.
I so enjoyed hosting that.
And
I love the fact that it was just me and you.
Yes.
Yeah.
What I loved about that shorts in particular, is it allowed me to create the best short form content where I spend a good 5 to 10 minutes justifying why I've only put the Ferrari at a certain point, and then you go Volkswagen Beetle, and I've just gone 10, and then I've cut it.
Yeah, you did not hesitate on that one.
No.
At all. Yeah.
Bosh!
I don't care if it's a new one or the old one, or I don't care. It's going in at 10.
Oh dear. Which would upset
Brilliant.
one of our co-workers, because I know that she used to have a Beetle.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Another person I'd like to have on the podcast. Although I think she would spend most of the podcast telling us off.
Probably. Yes, she would.
God, I can picture that now. Cool. Right, so before we do Vanity Fair, we haven't actually been recording it as long as I was worried it would go ahead, so that's quite nice. But and we got cut off about 20 minutes because Jerry, technical difficulties, removing a jacket.
This tie's going to be coming off in a minute, I think. Actually, I've cooled down a bit. It has cooled down. It's gone down a degree from 27 to 26. God, is that the time? Bloody hell. Okay.
It's fine. Tomorrow's just going to be a tired day at work. Who cares?
Yeah, that's fine. Every day's a tired day at work, so I can deal with that.
I've put in a topical event, which we should have discussed last episode, but we obviously had a guest on, and that was your trip to Gibraltar.
Yes.
Tell us about it.
It was great. It was absolutely fantastic. First time I've been away on holiday on my own since I was 18. So when I was 18, I went to Los Angeles to visit my family out there. Yeah.
Blimey.
Mad, isn't it? Yeah. So first time since I was 18. Travelled on my own, went to Gibraltar, and I went there because of all the history. There's so much military history and just general history there, but a lot of military history, obviously, because it's a strategic part of Spain where you've basically got the shipping lane that takes you between Europe and North Africa. So we've still got UK's still got naval bases out there, and it played a huge part in many wars. And it was fascinating to go to the museums and just learn all about that history. And it was a really chilled out place. It was a chilled out place, and funny enough, I went for 5 days, and I had a list of about 10 or 11 things to do, of which by the time it got to day 4, I'd done all of them, plus another 4 or 5 things. I just smashed it. So the only time I actually properly chilled out was on the Friday, which is when I had to catch the flight home. But it was great. I highly recommend Gibraltar, or Gib, as the locals like to call it. It's good food, good museums, nice place, and really quite bizarre. So you go there and it's like, right, everyone's speaking Spanish, and that's fine. But then all of a sudden they'll suddenly break out into perfect English and then go straight back to perfect Spanish again whilst they're having a conversation. I witnessed 2 people having a conversation. One of them was speaking English to the other was talking back to them in perfect Spanish, and then they were flipping. They were switching that up, and it just messes with your head. There were people I stopped to ask for directions that looked really, really Spanish, that spoke perfect English, and then people who you just think, oh well, they're definitely English, and they don't look Spanish at all. And they were, as I was approaching them, they were speaking like fluent Spanish to people that they were with. It was just incredible, really. So everyone's like properly bilingual out there. But then the other weird thing is that everybody drives on the right, which is fine, I guess, because
it's the UK, yeah.
I mean, it's UK, but they're still driving on the right. So you sort of go, oh, that's interesting. I wasn't expecting that. But all the traffic lights are UK traffic lights. So traffic lights are an interesting thing. I always notice how different traffic lights are in different countries. and the ones in the UK are very unique, and they're all UK traffic lights. The police cars were UK police cars, like exactly the same police cars.
But still left-hand drive, rather than right-hand drive.
No, right-hand drive. No, they're right-hand drive.
So they drive on the right-hand side of the right-hand drive car. That's interesting.
Yeah.
That must be terrible at roundabouts.
Yeah.
Can't see anything.
Sorry. What am I talking? Oh, Dom, ignore me. No, it's left-hand drive. They were left-hand drive. Sorry, they weren't right-handed. They were left-hand drive, but still driving on the right.
So yeah.
So
the correct way round. So they're like
the correct way
like
round.
Europe.
Yes. Yeah. Exactly.
Yes. Yeah.
All the policemen and policewomen out there wore exactly the same British police uniforms. I mean, it's weird. It's like a perfect mishmash of Spain and the UK. Really quite odd.
It sounds like what the UK would be if they basically drove on the right hand side of the road rather than the left hand side of the road.
Pretty much, yeah. And with the way the climate is at the moment, Gibraltar's like. Well, actually, I say that. It's. Have you ever been to Monaco or Monte Carlo?
No, on the bucket list.
Right. It's on the bucket list, yeah. So I've done that. I've done Monte Carlo quite a few times, and it's got the same vibe to it. It's Monte Carlo, I would say, or Monaco, I should say, probably maybe 10, 20 years behind. But there's loads and loads of investment in Gibraltar, so they want to basically make Gibraltar a business hub, like an innovation hub for technology. There's all these grand plans, and apparently lots of investors. Don't know who these investors are, but they're pouring money in to Gibraltar. So there's a lot of redevelopment, new development taking place there, and they've just built this whole area called Ocean Village, which makes me laugh because you're like, oh, that's Southampton, Ocean Village. What?
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, but it's beautiful. It's a really nice place. It's I can imagine it becoming a serious place to do business.
And all the tax havens as well.
Yeah, I don't know about that. Is Gibraltar a tax haven? I'm not sure.
Yeah.
It is.
It's a lot. Okay. It's often where you get the PO boxes set up.
Oh, okay. Yeah, fine. Right. So I think that they're upping their game. They're just like they want people to just go put their money into Gibraltar and do business there, and it's that, which is fine. It's good. It's great. So the taxi driver that took me from the airport to the apartment that I rented out there, he said, you should definitely come back. If you come back in 5 years, you'll see a big difference.
Yeah, I can imagine.
And I was like, fine, yeah, all right, I'll be back. It's a good excuse to come back.
Question: is it true that you have to walk across the runway?
So you get off the aircraft onto the runway, straight onto the runway, and then into the terminal. But you're not really. Yes, you're on the runway, but I know what you're talking about. So when aircraft are not landing, they open up the gates so that you have to cross the runway, for example, to get to the Spanish border.
Yes.
And some of the buses and things will take you to that Spanish border point, and then you've got to. So one of the buses that I wanted to get, the lady said to me, she said, "Oh, if you get that bus, it will drop you off here, which is fine, which is basically right next to the Spanish border. But all you have to do then is just walk back on yourself across the runway." And I was like, "Sorry, across the runway?" She said, "Yeah, it's fine." It's like, what? Apparently, it's the third or fourth trickiest airport to land at.
Yeah.
Along with Madeira, I think, and Hong Kong.
Yeah, because the runway is only about the same length as the entire island, isn't it? Right. So.
Yeah, basically, and also you get a lot of crosswinds there and interesting weather. So, yeah. You have to cross. You can cross the runway, the entire runway. It's mad.
Yeah. Because why not?
And it's so small as well. Like I went to the northern, the highest point. So there's a place called O'Hara's Battery, and then they've got this. They've got a viewing point up there where you get the cable car and it takes you up to the top, and you can just clearly see you can see aircraft just like landing and taking off. You can see the whole airport and the runway, everything clear as day. It's it's an interesting place. I really, really enjoyed it. So to the point that I would definitely go back. I wouldn't go back in a hurry, but I would definitely go back.
Go back in 5 years' time to see what changed.
Yeah, I'd go back in exactly. Yeah.
And
definitely.
You mostly looked at the history and stuff.
Yeah, so for me it was about the museums. In fact, two things really. One, which was a bit of what I'd call not hidden gems, but I overlooked it. But you had beautiful gardens. So there were two beautiful, beautiful gardens out there, which I went and visited. And then obviously you've got the nature reserve. In fact, one of the gardens is kind of in the nature reserve itself. So that was definitely worth seeing. And then the rest of it was military history. It was incredible. So you can see when you go down to, there's a place called Casemates Square, and you walk along that part of Gibraltar, and you just see what used to be the old fortification walls. So there used to be, not far beyond that, there used to be sea, but they've reclaimed a lot of the sea and sort of built out. But you can still see the original fortress walls, and yeah, it's fascinating. It's just one of those places that a hell of a lot's happened in Gibraltar.
In a very small space.
People don't know about. In a very small space. So the most fascinating bit of history for me, and it just blew my mind. I went to, it was the World War II tunnels, which is on the west side of the nature reserve. And there's a whole bunch of stuff that the military used those tunnels for. But one of them, they dug quite deep, right into the middle of the rock. So it's like a hell of a distance to get in. And they built this room that would accommodate, I think it was up to 6 people. They soundproofed it, and they put all the provisions and everything that they would need to basically live there, right in the middle of the Rock of Gibraltar. And the reason why they did that was because at the time they thought, well, depending on how Franco decides to cooperate with Hitler, he might let the Germans set up a base there. And because actually Hitler he wanted Gibraltar, and Franco he basically forbade that happening, which is actually a big strategic mistake. But the British Army and the British intelligence were using Gibraltar as a point to monitor, to keep everything open with regards to shipping channels, but also for militarily they needed that route. And they thought, well, if this ever gets occupied by the Germans, there's not really a lot that we can do, not in the short term, but what would be good is to have intel. So they actually hatched a plan, which they never had to use, of people living in the middle of that rock. And then I guess they would come out at night and just report on, well, how many German naval ships are there in the dock, and they would make note of all the different movements, troop movements, ship movements, everything around logistics, just so they get the upper hand and not get found out. It's fascinating.
Wow.
Yeah.
It kind of puts things in perspective, doesn't it, whenever you talk about these types of things and what's happening in the world, and you go back to wars and stuff like that. I find it fascinating because I don't know if I mentioned this on the podcast or whether I mentioned this in our preamble before we started actually recording, but Chat Stevie T recommended a podcast to me and Jerry called War Game, which is about what would happen if Russia decided to basically invade the UK. Fascinating, really interesting, really, really worth a listen. You just kind of get a bit more of an appreciation to kind of the different bits and pieces, and I just develop a little bit more hate for the Conservatives for defunding everything in the last 12 years, but never mind. And one of the points in there was talking about the Russians were going to attack Gibraltar, and in doing so would then declare kind of allegiance with Spain to kind of further fracture NATO, so that Spain would be like, we support the Spanish occupation of Gibraltar rather than the UK occupation of Gibraltar, and all these intelligence and mind games. There's a little bit in there around it. It's well worth a listen, and that's why
I do need to listen to that, Steve. Yeah, I do. I will do that.
Yeah. I need to reply to our chat room to say to Steve, I've listened to it and it was very good, and now we need to wait for Jerry to listen to it. You'll have it done in a couple of days now, the number of things that you did. I'm going to ask you a bit more philosophical questions now, because this was the first solo trip that you've done in a while. So how do you feel about yourself in terms of confidence and travelling a bit more now that you've done that?
Oh, yeah. I absolutely fine. It was interesting because I don't know why I wasn't nervous about doing the trip. I hesitated booking it.
Yeah.
So the only thing that was tricky for me, that was difficult for me, was figuring out where to go and then actually booking it.
Yeah.
Because I was like, oh, I don't know. Am I doing the right thing? Should I be doing this? Isn't this going to be a bit weird, me travelling? I wasn't nervous, but I was questioning myself, thinking, yeah, I don't know. You know, is this the equivalent of me running away from something? Is this going to help me? Is it not going to help me? Right?
Well, now we're getting really deep, aren't we?
Yeah, now we're getting deep. Well, yeah, because it's like, well, what? Why am I doing this? What am I trying to get away from? Everything that I've got to deal with, I'm carrying that with me, right? So, you know, I could take a break anywhere.
Yeah, but I think it's. I mean, you look at what I did with the Maldives, right? I could have gone to the north of Scotland for 10th the price, right? But I think it's that what I term as fuck it moment, where you're like, I'm just going to do this, that really kind of properly develops a little bit more character. And if I take the house buying and the Maldives and Iceland last year, those 6 months, I'm completely different than before those 6 months, because I'm like, now I'm like, oh, okay, I need to travel to Holland. Yeah, whatever. All right, fine. I'll jump on a plane. Done. Right. It doesn't even faze me. Right. It's not even a question now because of the experience that I've got. Sure, there's still things there's more things I dislike rather than things that I'm worried about these days. I don't like people. I don't like standing in the queue. Can't stand the price of airport food, etc., etc.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Yeah.
Where did you fly from?
Gatwick.
Okay, so
that was an interesting experience. Yeah, I mean, I've been to Gatwick loads, but I deliberately got an early morning flight. So my flight was at 20 to 7 in the morning. So I got there. Funny enough, that obviously there's no traffic. Yeah, there's no traffic. So I went to sleep. I got 2.5 hours, I think, of broken sleep. Got in the car, drove to Gatwick. Got there at just gone 4 o'clock in the morning. So there about 4:15, and it was packed, heaving. Yeah. There were people drinking, having fried breakfast. There were people having, Mexican food. It's all just business as usual. It's crazy. I had no appetite whatsoever at that time in the morning. I was I am not watching anybody eat. This is this is not good.
Cup of coffee.
So I just sipped. No, I didn't even have that. I just sipped water. I went completely plain. Pardon the pun. And then, well, I just thought, no, if I eat something big, that's just not going to fly with me anyway. Oh. So anyway,
I could hear the collective groans.
Yes, I are, for fuck's sake. Oh, I just saw. It doesn't matter. It was a crazy experience though. But I'd already checked in weeks before. I'd already done the check-in and everything, and I already knew my bag was under the weight limit and stuff. So I was just like, yeah, fine. Just took it in my stride. Just got there, checked in, and then, funnily enough, went and checked out different fragrances, and discovered a new fragrance house.
Nice.
Which I'd never tried before, and oh my god, it's lush. It's called Joe Malone.
Okay.
I don't know if you've ever smelt any Joe Malone fragrances. Oh, yeah. It's top drawer. Absolutely top drawer.
There you go, look at that. So you definitely discovered, I've written down the confidence of doing it and stuff like that, but you're like, I discovered a new fragrance. Great, that's what you wanted, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. And I think, the confidence thing, I didn't mind so much. So the concierge at the hotel was such a lovely guy. I chatted to him every day. You know, like in the morning, as I was leaving, I'd have a chat with him for about 15-20 minutes, and then I'd head out. And then when I came back, you know, he'd be there, and I'd chat to him again. It was just very easy. I think the fact that it was Gibraltar as well, so everybody pretty much spoke English and things, I think just made life. It made that sort of transition to, all right, I'm travelling on my own. I think it just made it that much easier. But yeah, I definitely wasn't lacking confidence going out there. I was okay.
It's interesting. The English thing is quite an interesting thing, because I've had conversations we had a colleague who was Spanish, and he gets annoyed when he goes to touristy places and they don't speak English. And I'm always like, well, as an Englishman, I try and make sure that I learn please, thank yous, those types of things, of, you know, whether I'm going to Finland or, you know, the Maldives or Japan, you know, etc., etc. But he does raise a good point, because he can speak English, French, Spanish, Catalonian, something else, right? So he can speak 5 languages. So when he then goes over to, like, Poland and they can't speak English in touristy areas, he gets frustrated, because, you know, it's not that he's being ignorant or arrogant, but he's like, there's only so many languages I can learn to travel, whereas he sees English as the de facto commonality. If everybody learns English, that's where everybody should be comfortable. And I feel privileged that English is the de facto that we tend to have when we travel. Right, but it's true, right? We do need a bit of a universal language, and we're fortunate that America, UK, and a lot of places will teach English as the first, second language that you would learn.
Yeah, because if you think, so I think the officially recognised international business language is English.
Yes.
I mean, we are very, very lucky, right? That we just so happen to be fluent in that. But it's the official internationally recognised business language. It's also the language that you're supposed to use for all air traffic control communications across the world as a standard, right? And I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think it's also like the international emergency services language as well. So if you're having to contact emergency services in a distress situation or an emergency situation or whatever, you're supposed to default to English.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we're very lucky
or be
in
able
that regard.
to.
Or be able to, yeah.
Yeah, we are very lucky. I kind of just, it's fortunate. I mean, if I was a Spanish as my first language and I need to learn English as my second language, I suppose that would be fine. Other than the fact that English is the most ridiculous language known to man, because it's a mashup of flipping Latin, Anglo-Saxon, and a little bit of this, that, and the other. We had a discussion. We had a conversation about that last night at the party I was in, about why that there is 1 goose and 2 geeses, and 1 moose and 2 mooses, and 1 sheep and 2 sheep. Right? It's all a bit of a mishmash and all together. So very glad that I don't have to learn the language. Now, the next question now is: have you got another solo trip planned? Obviously, we've got a couple of trips now planned.
Yeah,
which one in the UK, and then one which I'm very much looking forward to do later in the year.
Yeah. So short answer to that is no. No solo trips, no other solo trips planned yet. I haven't thought about it, to be honest. So, yeah.
But you have got another holiday planned, because you're going with Rachel, aren't you?
Yes, going to Rome.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. All roads lead to Rome.
Yep, and when in Rome and all that. Funnily enough,
whatever the Romans ever done for us.
Yeah, exactly. Apart from built roads, sanitation.
Oh,
yeah.
I have to get the whole quote now up, aren't I? 1, 2, 5, then.
You're going to put the clip in?
Quote. Hang on. Typing quickly. Here we go. Come on.
It's getting dark. Hang on. We do that. Is that better? I think
All
so.
right, but apart from sanitation, medicine, education, wine, public order, irrigation, roads, the freshwater system, and public health, what have the Romans ever done for us?
It's a classic.
Oh,
it's the way that it builds up, and you can see John Cleese getting really frustrated. It's like, oh, all right,
Yeah.
all right.
All right,
But apart from that,
yeah,
I love that sketch.
Nice. Well, I'm glad that you had a good time because it sounded like it was a wonderful holiday. And
Yeah, it was.
I've said
it
now
was
I need
lovely.
to add Gibraltar to my list. I've been to Rome, but I've not been to Gibraltar.
Yeah, it's great. It is
I
great.
don't even know it. I wonder where they would fly to. Probably only Gatwick. Probably the only flight. Might do Heathrow.
Yeah, probably. It's all easy jet, so
Gatwick. Oh, squeezy jet. Ooh.
yeah, it was all easy jet. So I was kind of hoping. I thought, I'll take Luton over Gatwick, but it's
What?
fine.
Luton's about 40 million miles away because even though it's London Luton, it's about 90 miles north of London. It's practically in the north, Jerry.
Yeah, it's not that bad. It's not that bad. You'll be
It is.
yeah, honestly, you'll be surprised. It's actually, I don't know. At the time that I drove to Gatwick, it was fine. That
Yes.
wasn't a problem, right? But bear in mind that sometimes you got most of the time I've driven to Gatwick has been atrocious weather. It wasn't when I drove, but I would say probably 80% of the time in my lifetime when I've driven to Gatwick has been torrential rain. It's been flooding. You've had variable speed limits. There's been really bad traffic. It is actually easier to get to Luton. So if you're going to do a journey in any kind of like peak time,
Yeah,
you've got more of a fighting chance.
Yeah,
Bottom
if you go
half.
south of the M3 on the M25, just seems to be shockingly
M25
bad.
anti-clockwise on in any kind of like peak hour or whatever is hell. It's hell. You've got people heading towards the Dartford Tunnel. You've got people heading towards Kent. Everybody's on the M25. Yeah, everybody's on the M25 at that time. It's bad.
I think
shocking.
I've done every airport now. I've done Stansted, I've done Luton, I've done Heathrow, Gatwick. I've even done London City. I've driven to all of these. I've driven to London City. I had to do the North Circular.
God.
Oh my God, just murder me now.
It's awful. It's awful. The North Circular. Yeah.
Dear. No, not again.
In fact, the South Circular is not much better either. By the way.
No, I can
I've
imagine
done
not.
both. Yeah.
And London City is basically at point east, so you can do the North or the South Circular, but the North Circular is better. So even though I've been coming from the south, right, along A303, M3, M25 onto the North Circular, and in theory that's about the same distance, if not a little bit short. But because the South Circular is so bad,
Yeah.
just running anti-clockwise just seems to be garbage.
Yeah, it's bad.
So, yeah.
City, you've driven to City Airport, bloody hell, Dom.
Yeah. I've flown from London City twice. In fact, and you'll be flying for our trip later on in the year. The best place to fly from will be London City.
Really? Okay.
Yes, because where we will be going, the closest airport is Luxembourg, not one in Germany. So it'd be easier to fly to Luxembourg and then train across there, and then go from there, or bus across. Sorry. Rather than trying to come back, and then you've still got to travel like 100 kilometers in Germany back from the thing.
Bloody hell. Okay.
So yeah, I've only ever done Luxembourg. Much easier, much
Fair
easier.
enough.
And you just walk out the airport, get on the bus, and it takes you straight to the city.
Nice.
And then it's a 2-minute Uber.
Nice.
Easy peasy.
How long is the bus ride then?
Oh, it's about an hour,
Okay.
but it's a
That's not too bad.
it's a coach.
That's not too
It's a
bad.
coach more than a bus.
Yeah, coach, which is that's not too bad. That's all right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. So my last topical event, very selfishly, is me chatting about stuff now.
And I'll ask you questions.
You can ask me questions, and I mentioned it, but for those that are watching the podcast, it will look no different currently, because I still have the green screen up. And long term, the green screen will not be staying up, but I need to get the office sorted, which could be another 6 to 9 months at the rate I'm going. But I have officially now booked a boiler person. But basically, I have moved house. I have finally moved house, which is...
Do we need a round of applause for that, Dom?
Yeah, woo, yay! I dealt with all the solicitors. I dealt with all the just painful process that is moving house in the UK. And I spoke a little bit about perhaps like, Iceland, the Maldives and moving house. I have ended up going to see 30 houses and doing 38 visits because I did second and third viewings. And then found the property that I wanted, put in an offer was accepted, went through the paperwork, getting the mortgage sorted. I actually did it when I was in the office that is now my new local office because I've moved away from where I was originally. So it's Jerry's local office. So I had to do that while at work, which was wonderfully complicated. And it's amazing when people need stuff from you. When you need stuff from them, crickets.
Yep. That's about right.
So I have a... I don't know if I'm happy to mention kind of what my house is rather than necessarily where my house is specifically for the podcast. But I used to live in a 25 square meter flat, so fairly tiny. I had one room. I mean, I would have shown it briefly on the podcast, but I basically had 2 rooms in total. No, 3 rooms in total, which was a 5 meter by 3 meter room that contained my living space and my kitchen, which I literally just had a desk and a chair and nothing else because that's all that really fit. Kitchen was like inbuilt, and then I had a bedroom and a bathroom. So 3 by 3 bedroom with a 2 by 2 bathroom, or 2 by 3 bathroom to kind of match that. So lived in a fairly small space for quite a while, nearly 11 years. I now have I think I worked it out to be 117 square meter bungalow. I've gone from being on a main road to the end of a cul-de-sac. I have like 4 times the amount of space that I had previously. I have nowhere to store stuff because I've got no storage place, but that's first world problems and all that. What's going to enable me to do, and I've also got bedroom, bathroom again. Bedroom is bigger than the previous bedroom. Bathroom is bigger than the previous bathroom. I have a second bedroom, which I'm going to be making an office and podcasting studio. I then have a garage, which is the same size, which also has a 7-foot high ceiling, so the gym can go in there. I then have the space that I'm currently in, which I've set up as a living room because it needs the least amount doing to it. So I'm going to do all the other rooms and then I'm going to do... The order is going to be garage, office, living room, and then people can come and stay. And then it'll be bedroom, bathroom, hallway, and then kitchen, and then extension. Well, extension will be part when I do the kitchen. So, in that kind of order. And we're talking like 5-10 years. But I have an incredible amount of space, and it's funny, I was kind of thinking about this, and I don't know whether it is particularly the house or whether the house is the end milestone, but in the last 6 months, and Jerry will attest to this in the conversations we've had at work, like I've made a lot of communication changes, and I think the house is the milestone. But people talk about when you win the lottery, your happiness goes up and then it returns back to your baseline happiness. And I think I might have shifted my baseline happiness a little bit because I have to pinch myself for just how awesome the property that I've got and things like that. The only compromise, and we've alluded to it, is the internet. But that's my argument for Monday afternoon that I'm going to have with the internet provider. Because
take on that. It's a separate fight. Yeah,
separate fight. It's enough for me to be able to record this podcast, but it can take 22 hours to upload the podcast. So I have to time when I upload the podcast to ensure that it's up there. So it is what it is. It is what it is. And that depends on the size of the podcast. So I haven't done any more on my YouTube channel gaming wise, which is okay because I've got videos up until I think April next year now, like, because I got ahead, which I'm glad I did. But those could be. I'm pretty sure one of the files I uploaded was 205 gigs, and that would have taken that at the moment will take 6 days to upload. So,
oh my god, no
nice.
way.
So yeah, rambled on a little bit, but the house is great, and Jerry's seen it. It's actually quite different from when Jerry has seen it, because I've done 3 runs to the tip in less than 3 days at one point, as I've taken stuff down, and I'm being quite I don't think the term is particular, but I'm being quite strict with, like, it's good enough to live with now, but when it comes to change, I'm changing it to what I want. So that's where I'm at.
And I'm glad. I mean, you've already answered the question, really, which is, I mean, you've said your baseline happiness has gone up. It feels like you must feel. Yeah, I mean, you must feel. It must feel really good to feel that you've now got a place that you can call home, and it's your base, and you own it, and you can make it your own. It's a big, psychologically, that's a big difference. Makes a big difference.
Yes.
Doesn't it? I know you were in the flat for 11 years, and I'm not saying that it felt like it was temporary the whole time. It was still home for you, but this is different. So I think that's why I've been so happy for you, that you've managed to find somewhere that this is actually your place.
Yeah.
You own it.
I think it's interesting, because you say the flat didn't feel temporary. It kind of did. Like, upon reflection,
really, the whole time.
Yeah,
really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Especially like the first 3 to 4 years was kind of like, I'll be out of this soon. And then kind of the pandemic. When the pandemic was happening, that felt like a real weird pause in time. And then when I came out of the pandemic and I knew that I didn't want to be in the flat again, it felt temporary, and it was purely about just getting the finances together. And that's when I really focused on getting the finances and really sorting myself out career-wise, to kind of go, well, now I've got a good enough career, I can afford X, Y, Z. So, no, I not to be like a massive kind of I disagree with you, but actually, no, it did feel a bit temporary. It never felt like it never felt permanent. Whether you'd say it didn't, it's not that it didn't feel temporary, but it didn't feel permanent.
It didn't feel permanent, yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah.
Whereas this, I have absolutely no reason to move.
Yeah, that's great. You did the right thing by taking the time and putting in all that effort to see so many properties, and then just finding the one. You didn't compromise.
I don't know about time. I definitely put the effort in.
Well, yeah, but you didn't compromise.
I did those 38 viewings in 5 weeks.
Yeah, I know. That was quite concentrated, but you didn't. What was good, and I remember you and I talking about it, and said, look, the key thing is that you find the right place for you. So don't compromise.
Yeah,
don't compromise. Just, it's got to tick all the boxes for you, because you only want to do that move. It's not easy to move, right? So you don't want to move and just go, oh well, yeah, that's that ticks 3/4 of the boxes, but I can only live with this for a couple of years, and I'll have to move again. Some people are like that. Some people have done that. Yeah, it's
get in the bin. Don't make me move.
No, it's not great. It's not great. So I'm just glad that you didn't compromise and you found the place that you wanted. So I'm over the moon for you about that.
It's just and the thing is, right, the thing that I've now done is what I've realised I've now done is I could throw away my timetable, because like I don't need to get XYZ set up in like 6 months, right? If it takes me another 9 months to do the gym, it takes me 9 months to do the gym. It's just purely going to be accumulation of finances to get it done.
Yeah.
I don't think it will take me that long to get the gym done, because the boiler. So I've just booked the boiler. That is going to be a bit of a sting to the finances a little bit, because but a fair amount's got to be done. Once that's done, I will slow down again, because I'll be saving a bit more money, because I won't be just burning through the flipping cash on the immersion boiler, or at least I probably will actually spend a bit more, because I've basically switched the boiler off and just used the electric shower, and I'll now be switching to actually using the gas. But what I will doing, it'll be in the winter. That'll be when it'll come again, and I won't be uncomfortable because I'll be able to manage the temperature much better. So
Yeah, you're
so
doing.
yeah. I mean,
your approach.
So good.
Look, in my opinion, my view, everyone's different, but in my view, I think you're absolutely approaching this in the right way. You're not rushing anything. You want to take your time. You want to make sure that things are right. You want to spend whatever you want to spend to make sure that it's right. You know, there's no point just fast tracking something for the sake of it. You know, you didn't compromise with regards to the house you wanted, and then for everything that you want to do with the house, you're not going to compromise either. So that's great.
Do things
that's great.
Slowly and correctly,
and correctly. Exactly.
But also note that if you suddenly go, actually, I now don't like that, you can just change it again.
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
Also. I mean,
it's
the
yours,
boiler
it's
is
yours to change.
Yeah. But you know,
I'm really pleased. Yeah, I do.
Yeah. I do. And my hope is exactly as I said, right? And my hope is to be able to put in a bit of a studio so we can, you know, not all the time.
Amazing.
Oh well, obviously. Also, by the way, myself and Jerry were separated by about 2 hours, 2.5 hours, probably. Distance-wise, 2 hours,
2.5, 2.5.
Yeah,
we're
now
2.5,
40. Yeah, 40 minutes.
Yeah.
So. You know, and that's the big thing I haven't mentioned, right? So I was driving backwards and forwards to do taekwondo twice a week, which was 52 miles there, 52 miles back. It's now 9, and that I've talked about energy and things like that, and I've ploughed that energy into work, but that energy can be now used in so many other places,
and you're going to need it.
That.
You're going to need
it. Yeah. So. Excited.
So pleased. Woohoo! Really pleased for you, Tom.
I've got another payday before the boiler gets done, by the way. That's a good thing.
Yeah.
It's not to the middle of August,
nice.
So I've got another payday.
That's good.
Yay! Money!
Cash flow.
Dear. Right. Shall we look at the Vanity Fair then?
Let's do it.
That's probably the next bit. Well, we won't keep this too long. We've been recording for a fair amount of while, and I kind of go. My only rule for the podcasts these days is it must be over an hour. That's it. Like just to keep the timings nice and neat. Because YouTube, if you're under an hour, doesn't do 0057. It just does 57, and I think it looks odd. So anything over an hour is
So hang about. You're stipulating that it needs to be over an hour because anything, the way YouTube handles anything less than that triggers you. Just to be clear.
Yes. Just to be perfect.
Okay, that's fine. That's a strong enough reason for me.
I'm glad that I can be transparent with that.
Yeah, it's fine. Sharing's caring and all that.
That's why the bonus episode does annoy me, because it is under an hour.
Don't. Yeah, but we knew it was always going to be. But it's fine, Dom. You need to get over that. You need to get over it.
But if you go to the playlist, which doesn't have that in because it's a bonus episode, it lists them and it's all nice and neat.
Yeah, there you go. Bloody hell.
Vanity Fair interview. Here we go. Fair. So question 1, what is your name? Right, do you have any more names for me? Because otherwise I can just say my name is Dominic.
No. I haven't added any to the repertoire. You're still Dominic, Julius, Irving, Morningwood White. And that's it. Nothing else to add.
I didn't add anything to that one. I don't think we need to answer that question in 2024.
No, I don't think we
remove question in 26.
Yeah, funny enough, that hasn't changed.
Who was I speaking to about names? Oh, it was Catherine I was speaking to about names.
Right.
And this is interesting, and it's a little bit of an interesting, poignant question, and I don't think she'll mind if I mention it, because I'm not going to mention all of it. But Catherine's quite a long name, and most people shorten it. And obviously, where she got her separate phone for her holiday, she changed her name to a shortened version. So I asked her, "Do you prefer a nickname or do you prefer your full name?" And Catherine's quite an interesting one because you could have Kate, KT.
KT
or Cat, would be
Kath.
where I would go. Yeah, Kath, right. Full name, by the way, full long name for Catherine. That's what she told me. And then because then it came into the your middle names and stuff like that. So, yeah, because I from memory, you don't have a middle name, do you?
I don't have a middle name, no.
No. Whereas I do, which I'm fine to say is Lloyd, but it's interesting, that bit, and it's why most people call me Dom once to get to know me, but in a professional sense, I've noticed it more and more at work. Most people are referring to me as Dominic, and I'm like, oh, but I've got to, right? It's the position that you kind of get into. That's right. The only person that ever goes, Dominic Lloyd White, what are you doing? Is my mother. I'm in trouble.
Well, when she rolls out all three names, you know you're in deep shit.
Yeah. The date we stated at the beginning is the 13th of July, and it is officially the earliest one that we've done. So we had the 16th of July, 22nd of July, 23rd of July, and the 14th of July. And
so just
what is
day.
Interesting is all of these we have been in some sort of heat wave, and there's another best Benedict Cumberbatch name for this year.
So we tick those boxes again. Yeah, you're right. I remember last year it was hot, wasn't it?
I think last year it wasn't hot then, but it was when we were recording with Fiona, and the podcast is named the hottest podcast in the world.
That's right, yeah.
Because I'm on it, right? Come on.
Yeah.
Sex on sticks, whatever you want to call it. But yes, I don't remember it actually being this one, but it's quite often now warm around this podcast time, and
it is
apparently only going to get warmer.
Yeah, that's global warming for you, which some people don't recognise as a thing. Even though it's happening, even though literally you can feel it, and it's now.
There are people in this world, Jerry, that
degrees.
believe the world is flat.
I know. Just don't even get me started on that. Yeah. Do you know what?
It's
fine. Get into an argument with them. Let them just have that argument with them. Let them walk off. Let them keep walking. They'll come round eventually. No.
There are people, when you have a certain opinion, that I suddenly go, I'm not sure you're someone I want to associate with.
Yeah.
I've definitely become less patient as I've got older.
Yeah, it's only going to get worse.
Excellent.
Yeah.
I think the term this morning was cantankerous. So I stayed over at Steph's and her husband's last night in the spare room, and was talking to them this morning. And we mentioned something about getting grumpy, and it's a great word. But Matt, her husband, went, "Oh no, it's great. As you get older, you can get more cantankerous." And I said, "Matt, aren't you already cantankerous?" And he said, "Absolutely." I haven't got time for all this shit.
Just want to keep getting more and more cantankerous. Nice.
Yes, exactly. That is the aim in life.
Yeah.
But it's also because next weekend I've got something going, and then we are off to summer camp, Taekwondo summer camp. That one time at band camp.
That's come round quickly, hasn't it?
Yeah, tell me about it.
Yeah.
Are you looking forward to a diet of pasties and ice cream?
Yes. Is the short answer. Definitely. Yeah.
Yeah.
Got to have plenty of ketchup
Pasties.
with the pasty.
What?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, it needs sauce.
No. What is wrong with you?
Yeah. It needs sauce. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
I'll make sure to bring a bottle of ketchup.
You may be thrown out.
I'll take that risk. I'll sneak it in. I'll sneak it in.
Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. I don't know what to think of that. I can't make of that. Especially after Kerry's question around the ketchup and mayonnaise from earlier.
Yeah. No.
Please don't. Are you against that, or are you a mixer?
I'm not a mixer. No. No. You have mayonnaise or you have ketchup. Don't go mixing it. No.
That's good.
Sorry.
Oh dear. Oh, camera's lost focus there. A little blurry. What are we currently watching? we've done pretty piss poor on this over the future because we just don't watch anything.
Well, you say that. So I downloaded the whole of the first season of the original Twilight Zone a week ago, and I'm on episode 3 of that. I just watch it casually in the background, but that's pretty cool. I've always liked the Twilight Zone, and I've always seen like the odd episode here and there, but I've never watched the whole thing from start to finish. So, yeah. I mean, there are a number of things I'm watching, but yeah, that's the most recent. But the problem is, I don't have the patience to see things through right to the end, and when the series is too long, I just sort of think, oh, I don't know. It kind of just becomes a bit rinse and repeat. And I was having a conversation today about different programs, and they were talking about Dexter, and then there was Dexter Beginnings, and then there was Dexter something else, and you know, each like variation offshoot's got different seasons, different number of seasons to it. And they said, oh, and they've just gone and released a Dexter Resurrection, and you're like, oh, you know what, I can't deal with this, basically. I'm not gonna,
there's not enough hours.
I can't handle it. There's not enough hours. I haven't got the time. I literally have not got the time.
It's very interesting. It's like the first year that we did this, and I said that I ditched stuff, right? I was really into the Marvel Cinematic Universe and all of that. And I haven't watched a Marvel film or television show since we started this podcast, basically. No. Or the second year. I think it might be the second year. I might have been still doing it.
What, since we started this episode an hour and 45 minutes ago? Literally in years you haven't?
Yeah. Because so I have a database of like them in order of release date, so I can make sure I watch them in the correct order. And I stopped before, I want to say Miss Marvel off the top of my head. I'm not going to open it because it'll have to start up and it might ruin the internet when I do that. But it might be She-Hulk. But it's around those two. I can't remember which way around. Whichever one of those came first. I stopped after Hawkeye, and that whatever next is out the two of them, which means that I've not seen like the new Ant-Man. I've not seen the new Captain America. I've not seen the what are they called? Thunderbolts. Not seen any of those.
Really? Wow.
And
okay.
Purely because I know that I need to catch up so that I'm in order, but I've just got no appetite. I think that will change in a year's time. And the reason being is because the only screens that I have are these two.
Yeah.
So when I have a sofa and a television for the first time, that might be very different.
Yeah. Yeah.
Very, very different.
Yeah, it will be. And it's a whole different, and that's one of the things that I just don't know how you managed 11 years just like watching stuff on basically a computer screen.
Yeah, I don't know how I did it.
On a computer monitor, it's like, what the hell? So yeah, you're gonna have like you're gonna have sofas. You can like properly lounge.
Yeah, I've got to go furniture shopping, Jerry.
Yeah, good luck with that one. Jeez, Louise. I would like to say
I've got plenty of friends that. No, it probably isn't. But it's interesting, actually, and I'll say this now. Steph probably has one of the most comfortable sofas that I've ever, out of all my friends. So I'm like, cool. I know roughly what I like then,
right?
In terms of that,
yeah, that's
like
good.
I can't stand leather sofas. Leather sofas need to go die in a hole. I don't like leather. Can't stand it. And I know you've got a leather sofa, but I hate it because it's cold in the winter and it's sticky in the summer.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it's not ideal.
But it's fine. No, not. But
easy to clean though. Easy to clean.
Well, that's interesting.
We'll say that in its defence, right?
Yeah, because we had. I mean, friends of mine now that we're in our early 30s have kids, and so Steph was there at 10 to 11 last night cleaning ketchup out of the sofa so it didn't stain.
Yes, exactly. Or if you have pets and things, and then that hair gets trapped, you've literally like cleaning animal hair.
Well, you've got. You've got a golden retriever.
Yeah, I know. Which funnily enough, none of his fur seems to get onto the sofa. So I don't know how he manages. Even
Everywhere
when
else,
he's lying on the sofa, it gets everywhere else. It's funny because he'll lie on the sofa, but then as soon as he gets off, all of the fur follows him, and then it ends up on the carpet. So it kind of
ends up everywhere
self-cleans.
else.
Yeah, it ends up everywhere else, but at least the sofa basically self-cleans. So I'm not going to argue with that. Yeah.
Oh dear, poor
Slow
Larry.
maintenance. Yeah, I know, the giant douche.
I did meet Katie's new dog today. It's a cockapoo. A cockapoo puppy.
So cute.
How
old?
Which was very... Oh, I don't know, but not even had all the injections yet. So
really? Okay, so that's
6-7
really
weeks,
young.
so very, very young.
Yeah.
It's funny because Katie was like, warning, she's very bitey, but there's no... Like, she's got no power, so it was like having a baby suck on your thumb when she was biting you more than anything. And as soon as I came over, and said hello, started stroking her, instantaneously on her back, like, I want belly rubs, give me belly rubs.
So cute.
All straight away.
Cockapoos are very, very cute.
Yeah. And I did say to Katie that the only other experience I have with a cockapoo is I got licked to death. And I just come back from a run with one of my taekwondo friends, and he has a cockapoo. And as soon as I sat down in their garden, she came over and could see the sweat running down my arms, and was like, "That's it," and just spent 40 minutes just licking me to get all the salt and the sweat off of me, because that's what she wanted. Like, to the point that she got her head underneath my t-shirt and was licking there, and in the end I took my t-shirt off just to make it easier.
So cute.
Spirit. But what I have done instead, and I've written this down, is instead of television, I'm 100% into the games at the moment, or was before the house. That was where I was at. My YouTube channel for video games is attached to the podcast YouTube channel and has more subscribers somehow. And growing quicker than his channel, which I don't understand.
Oh, it's a game. Well,
because I put practically no effort into that YouTube channel. I literally just cut, upload. That's it. There's no.
But it's the audiences you get what they're looking for. So
yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
it is what it is. So not only that, I've got into what I call. This is why I can't watch television shows, because I'm a completionist. I need stuff to be finished. So I sit there and I'm like, I need the entire Marvel Cinematic Universe to be finished, but it won't be finished. It will just keep going.
Yeah.
But a video game you can finish. And when I say completed, I mean like 100% completed to all achievements.
Right.
So I've managed to finish Assassin's Creed Origins, Age of Mythology Retold, God of War Ragnarok, Lego Harry Potter, Assassin's Creed Odyssey, Lego Lord of the Rings, and Star Wars Fallen Order. And interestingly, the two worst games were the Lego ones, because despite the fact they were made for children, it meant that they were quite dull, and you were just like, oh, I've got to grind this out and get more stuff. So yes, obviously I can't upload at the moment because the internet's so poor, or it would take 45 years to upload a video.
Jeez.
Oh dear. Right, stats, subscribers do we have? So this is interesting, because we went 21, 36, 57, but we've only gone up 5 subscribers this time to 62. We did peak at 66, but I think YouTube came along and killed some bots, which lost a few of ours. So the growth on our subscriber count has slowed, which I think is okay, because I think we've just run out of friends that we can do.
Yeah. I am plugging it as much as I can. But yeah.
I mean, YouTube is not the only place.
No, I know. But the other thing is as well, and I was thinking about this, one to have as a separate conversation. There's a podcasting conference that takes place in London each year.
Yes.
I think we should go.
Yes.
Next time.
Yeah, why not? Absolutely, why not?
I'm not being funny, but we've been doing this long enough.
The thing for me, subscribers was never the target.
No.
Right, and it's interesting. It's still growing and bits and pieces. And I'll be totally honest, it's not like I spend hours and it's not like some of the podcasts that do really well have editors and 4 camera setups and, you know, professional mics, whereas at the moment it's me and you sat at our computers using, in your case, the webcam that comes from the screen of your Mac.
Yeah,
right.
Exactly.
I'm using a Logitech HD 1080 that I've had for probably about 15 years. That we spent a little bit on the mics and we spend a bit on the Riverside platform, but that generates all the clips for me, right? I do a significantly less. There's enough editing through, like, I use a thing called Vegas Pro. I don't quite use the Riverside platform to produce the entire podcast because I don't quite like how it does it, but it's not exactly like we put in a lot of effort, to be honest.
Because we just do it. Like
I was still writing the
us,
document for this month's podcast at 10 to 7, and we started recording at past. So
yeah, exactly. But that's how it was always meant to be.
Yeah,
wasn't it? We just had some fun with it. Yeah.
So Spotify listeners from 167 to 272. So our audio growth is significant because our Spotify followers have gone up by 5, and it went up by 10 last time, and 11 the time before. So we're sort of plateauing, I think, which I understand. But the thing that I think is like more interesting, YouTube views are just total, and the same with impression. But the average viewer duration has gone from 8 minutes 22 to 10 minutes 23. So people are staying on our content for longer. That is intriguing. So I think that shows our quality of content has gone up.
Oh, yeah, I think you're right. It's got to be, hasn't it?
So even, yeah, people are more inclined to listen to what we have to say. I don't know why anyone would listen to what we have to say. Most of our friends tell us we're ridiculous. Samwise tells us she sits at the TV and goes, "You're wrong." Oh wait, you can't hear me.
Yeah.
Oh dear. So yeah, I don't know what you think of those. I'm going to look at the others.
I don't know. I don't know what to make of those stats. So the plateauing I get. I was kind of waiting for that to happen, and I don't know how many subscribers you have to have, or what you'd have to do to reach a tipping point where that just continues to grow. I think you have to find a certain niche or something that somebody really likes, and something goes viral with it, and then
viral. That's the
thing, isn't it?
Right?
And then
something has to go viral.
Something's got to go viral, and then things will really take off. Like if we managed to get like a famous guest on or something, that would make a big difference. Yeah. But it was never about subscribers. So I've got no comments on that really. I did, but the average viewing time is an interesting one.
Yeah, that was the interesting bit for me.
Yeah,
that was a really interesting bit for me. Cool. And I put together some stats. We had a big downloads in May. I'm trying to think what was our May podcast?
Don't know. You'll get there quicker than I will.
Yeah.
Something like.
Oh, hang on. It just tells me 2 months ago, 3 months ago. I'm not going to look at that.
F1 season
podcast.
That was the F1 season one.
Yeah, it was F1 season.
Yeah.
Interesting. And yet that's only got 30 views on YouTube. And you can kind of see, so like the in-person podcast has got like 140 views on YouTube, and Steph's got 120. But it's like a little bit of like tit for tat. It's almost like they cannibalize each other. Some will have more on YouTube, and some will have more, and then other episodes will have more. But the downloads from RSS, which is like the cumulative for Spotify, iTunes, and Amazon. Yeah, the May podcast was massive. So the F1 podcast for that one was massive. And I said I was going to do an F1 podcast, didn't I, at some point? But
you did.
I ran out of time, and I may still do that next year, right? It's going to be like
for
a
next
little
season,
pet project.
Yeah,
next season. So, and that may go viral and link it to here, and then this. It's fine. But yeah, Spotify followers is just a gradual increase, and there is some the YouTube analytics is that. It was, it's the July 2022 is where we had a big YouTube peak. Definitely.
That's interesting as well.
Yeah,
because you don't know the reasons behind it, do you?
No,
that's
not
the thing.
No, there's no rhyme or reason.
Yeah, that is.
And again, like I said, like, what do you think the goal for subscribers should be? And I was like, we don't have a goal, but absolutely, friends and family. Can you share it with other friends and family? That'd be cool.
Yeah, and just enjoy it and give feedback. I think that's the key, isn't it? As long as you keep enjoying it. If there are bits that annoy you, let us know. If there's stuff that you want us to do more of, let us know. So
you're not allowed to say me losing the game annoys you. By the way, that's just not allowed.
No. That's a separate issue, and that's got to be taken offline. That just needs to be taken offline. I knew you were going to get with that. Yeah. Let's circle back. Let's circle back to that one. Yeah.
We'll get that low hanging fruit.
Yeah.
Okay. Describe our podcast in the next year. What's the goals for the next year?
Oh,
I mean, we've got some good places that we're going for this, aren't we?
Yeah, I think the goal for next year is just trying out a few new things, seeing what's going to work, what isn't. I think we definitely need to do like a D&D episode. We'll probably do
got second in person.
Second in person, exactly.
Two guests that don't know each other all at the same time.
Join it, which
you are dreading.
I cannot wait, actually. No, seriously, I can't wait for that. It's going to be so funny. I don't think you and I are going to be saying very much on that.
No, I don't want to be honest. I think I'm just going to let it go.
Just let it all play out. So we could just trying new things and seeing what works.
Yeah. I'd love to do a D&AD episode. And it'll be good before, if things come together at my place, to be able to do a studio-esque one.
Studio one would be amazing, yeah. Yeah, that would be pretty cool. Definitely.
Yeah. So plenty of opportunities. And I'll have a background that isn't green by the Vanity Fair next year. It will be my office.
Nice.
Which Jerry is very much looking forward to, because 99% of the things that are going to be in the background are things that Jerry have given to me.
Yeah, we talked about that and other things as well, which might or might not involve Lego.
Yeah. It would definitely.
Just saying.
Oh, I've got to say, my best mate Aaron, he is, when you meet him at summer camp, this is kind of like social, but podcast gonna. You need to see what he's made, a coffee table. I'm just going to say that he's made a coffee table.
What, out of
you
Lego?
Need to see the coffee table. It's not out of Lego. It's
but he's got Lego in it.
Yes. He's
like
got
almost a display.
Millennium Falcon.
Oh my good lord!
And I mean the
big one,
see,
the Ultimate Collector's Edition one. Yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, fantastic!
Very good.
Yeah.
It's very good. So yeah. So I've got more extreme guests, new locations, house setup studio.
Yeah.
How good is that going to be?
Yeah, it's going to be brilliant.
Bring it on.
Brilliant.
Bring it on. I mean, like, last year we were talking about just going from audio to video.
Yeah, it's good to have...
Jesus.
Start off with small goals.
Jesus, we've gone a long way.
First
thing you did when you woke up this morning, go, oh my god, my head, because I...
So, first thing I did when I got up this morning, went for a pee.
I think it's more routine.
It's just routine, yeah. Yeah, just peed,
dear.
Basically. I don't know what more I can add to that. I could go into detail about the pee, but probably best not to. Nobody wants to hear that.
Not when we've been recording for 2 hours and 5 minutes.
No, nobody wants to hear that. No one wants to hear that. What about you? What did you do?
Well, I was at Steph's last night.
So it was literally like, oh my god, my head.
No, it wasn't that bad, to be totally honest. I didn't drink that much. It was more, oh my god, it's still hot in this room. What the the fringe? It was quite warm. But I'm absolutely I think this more question is more about our consistent habits. I have to admit, I haven't quite gotten a routine post the house. If that makes sense.
Yeah,
it's been quite difficult to kind of get in, and I've had a lot of nights disturbed where this is late. I would have been in bed about an hour and a half ago normally, but to get up at 5 o'clock, and I'm going to try and still get up at 5 o'clock and then just be tired tomorrow. So it's not your fault. Not your fault. We decided to. No, it's me that suggested this time because I was driving back.
Actually, we were both. We were both. Yeah, you're right. We were both driving back. Yeah, we were both out. So
I just can't do it next weekend. So
fair enough.
It is what it is.
Fine.
So I just haven't quite got in a routine, but it'll come. It'll get there. Lots of things. Technology thing that blows your mind.
God. No, the technology just frustrates the hell out of me. So nothing blows my mind anymore. I just don't even care anymore about technology, basically. I've gone past the point of caring about technology. There you go. That's my official answer, and I'm sticking to that.
Take this question out.
Take this question out, because it's just no, not necessarily. If there's something that blows your mind, but for me, I've got to the point now, I don't give a shit about technology anymore. It doesn't matter. I don't care.
It's interesting.
Nothing blows my mind.
I have despaired at. It blows my mind at how much AI now controls our lives, and how much of the content that's on the internet is just AI. To the point that on Reddit, it's pretty much AI people talking to AI people.
It's insane. It's so disturbing. What the hell? Yeah, so that doesn't blow my mind. That annoys me.
It blows my mind at how annoying it is. I never said blow your mind. Never doesn't say it's a good thing or a bad thing. It just blows my mind.
That's very true.
It's one of the things. It's my. Should we call it my? 5th year thing I've been looking at today. So I want to read more.
Right.
As well, especially when I get a sofa that I'd be able to sit on a sofa and read a book. Holy crap! Can you imagine? Sit on a sofa and read a book.
Yeah. It's great.
But I need a book tablet to do that, I think, because I like reading, but I prefer physical books to the mini little Kindle that I had. But what I found there is I don't like storing books. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
I don't like having a bookshelf and stuff like that. So, but I have read some great books this year, and I'd like to do some more reading because I think that's probably healthier than doom scrolling on Instagram, because 99% of stuff now that's on Instagram is AI generated. 99% of the podcast that we do, to be totally honest, is AI generated. Riverside is all AI generated to pick out the clips for me, and it's great because it's still our content about us that's speaking. It just decides where to cut it.
Yeah. That's the key thing. What we're doing is still original and it's still fresh. We're not even just. But I think Chat Stevie T was saying that you can actually get AI to actually create a podcast.
Yes, completely create a podcast.
So it'll create a fictional guest and a fictional interviewer, and it'll talk about a topic. And what the hell? Yeah, okay. It blows my mind in a negative way. It just it annoys the hell out of me. Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. I use AI all the time now to support what I do. I have to, otherwise I just can't get enough done.
It's crazy.
And that's my biggest worry, right? The limitation is the human in that. It's fine. What's the most important to you? What is most important to you right now? Crumbs alive. You can tell I'm starting to flag now.
You are flagging.
Read the document.
How many more of these have we got to answer, Tom? Because you're going to be asleep by the time we get to the end of it.
I'm like, you can see my eyes. It goes slowly.
Yeah, I know.
So we'll squinky. I promise I'm not doing anything racist. I just when I get tired, I'm like,
well, wait 1 second. Why don't we save the second half of those questions for the next one?
Oh, we're at summer camp.
Yeah. Why not?
Oh,
it'll be a good way to look. It'll be a good way to start. And I've also got an idea of a topic as well. But why don't we do that? Why not?
Oh, nice.
Come on,
fair enough.
I'm starting to get good ideas now. My brain is starting to engage after 52 years.
Well, we should continue, shouldn't we? The podcast. Let's get these good ideas out.
Yeah.
You have to write them down.
Yeah.
You have to write them down. Well, it sounds like, folks, that we're going to cut this podcast a little bit early purely because I'm like...
Yeah, I know. I can see you're flagging, Dom. I can see you flagging. So, yeah.
Do you know what the worst thing is? It's my left nostril is currently very blocked.
Oh,
I don't know why. If I sniff... Look, you can see, if I sniff, look, watch my nose. Oh, no, it's not doing it. It's now unblocked. But originally, that one wasn't moving. It was still... Yeah, if I sniff gently, only my right nostril goes in. And it was beginning to bug me, and I think it's because I've not drunk enough today. Amazingly, both me and Jerry have still got the ties on.
I know. Dom, I'm impressed. I'm actually impressed.
By the way, I've even got a tie pin on.
Nice. Love it.
So, that's only because I am umpering next weekend, so I needed to keep and I've got to be in a shirt and tie, so I've got to keep that done.
There you go.
There is one thing we need to do before we cut our interview shirt for the Vanity Fair.
I know.
And that is, what is your final thoughts?
Final thoughts. My final thoughts are, I guess it's off the back of the thing that you said of, what's the confidence level of us hitting the 100 episodes, and I am confident because I still really, really enjoy doing this podcast. There's a lot more still yet to come, and we've done a lot. So my final thought really is, I wonder what things are going to be like and where we're going to be, how much we would have done and achieved this time next year, and I'm looking forward to that. So that's my final thought.
I was going to say 5 years. I mean, but even next year, I suppose, is the...
Even just next year. Yeah, even just next year. Right.
I mean, like, we don't reveal all that goes on in our lives outside of this. Also, I've been bitten by something. Look at that. Itchy little bugger. We don't reveal everything that's gone on in our lives. It's not always been smooth, plain sailing.
No.
I do feel like one of the latter questions on here is, do you feel like you're in a better or worse place than you were last year? And I think for both of us, I think we would now answer that we're in a slightly better place than we were last year.
Definitely.
100%.
Yeah, definitely.
And I think that's probably the most important final thoughts to end on.
I think it's a perfect final thought to end on, Dom.
Wonderful.
Definitely.
I reckon it's 1 minute past 10, and we will finish recording, and I reckon I can be in bed by 9 minutes past.
Well, you know what I'm going to be doing after this? Literally as soon as
writing down some ideas.
Well, I'll be doing that.
Well, removing the tie.
I'll be doing that as well, definitely. But no, the very first thing I'm going to do...
No idea.
Put the kettle on. Going to make a cup of tea. I'm not even joking.
No, that's true. I did hear a brilliant quote today. There were some journalists discussing the F1 recency, which I could go on forever about the recent... Oh, it's been so good. I should have done a podcast on the F1 because I've got so much to talk about. I might add an F1 section into our podcast just so I get to ramble about it. But one of them said they were talking about, people dodge questions by journalists by saying, oh no, we haven't got any plans. And this journalist said, I haven't got any plans to make a cup of tea later, but I probably will make a cup of tea later.
It's true. I love it.
Very facetious.
So say, I never plan to have tea, but I always have tea.
No,
so I totally get that.
Yeah. Right, folks. Apologies to cut this short, but I am on my knees, and I think it's good. We've got some. We'll finish this Vanity Fair interview at summer camp.
We will
in person.
We will.
And then I've got a whole load of questions ready for that. And Jerry, by the sounds of it, has got his ideas going, and he's ready to go for the next year.
Well, I don't know. Hang on. Let's not get carried away here. I've got some ideas. I'll run them by you. Yeah.
Brilliant. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for listening, folks. And we will catch you on the next episode.
Thank you, everybody. Take care. Thank you, Tom.
Bye.